Hello there, a very good evening and welcome to Prime TV News with me, Bhakti Abe Surya. To begin with, let's take a look at the stories making headlines this evening. The Prime Minister says cooperation between all religions will be promoted. Opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa says a constitution which respects everyone should be introduced. The week to prepare school students for National Schools Drug Eradication Week will commence tomorrow. GMOA says that the President agreed to appoint a presidential commission to inquire into frauds and corruption at some institutions. In news from overseas, all 21 miners trapped underground killed in northwest China. Now for the news in detail. First up in local news, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe says cooperation between all religions will be promoted with the intervention of Ministries of Education, Buddha Shasana and Cultural Affairs. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe visited the Panipitiya Rukmalgama Sri Dhammavijayaloka temple and engaged in religious observances. Thereafter, he called on the Mahanayaka of Kotte Kalyani Samagri Dhamma Maha Sangha Sabha, Most Venerable Dr. Ittaipane Dhammalankara Thera. Minister Daya Gamage and a group of people were present on the occasion. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said that the Thera gave his blessings to steps taken to propagate Buddhism together with the Ministries of Buddha Shasana, Education and Culture. He said discussions were held on moving forward with the cooperation with all religious groups and communities. Opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa says a constitution which respects everyone should be introduced instead of a constitution which would divide the country. He said this during a public meeting in the Homagama town. Opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa said that the country cannot move forward as a nation by dividing it. He said that a constitution should be made by identifying everyone's needs and respecting each other. Opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa asked the others to bring their constitution and said he would also present their constitution. He suggested thereafter both constitutions to be given to the people. Parliamentarians Bandula Gunawardena and Rohita Abe Gunawardena were present at the public meeting. The week to prepare school students for the National Schools Drug Eradication Week will commence tomorrow. The week has been named as a power against drugs from schools. The theme of the National Schools Drug Eradication Week is Listen to the Children, Empowerment and Protection. The National Week will be implemented from the 21st to the 28th in schools island-wide. It will commence at Mullaitivu Mahavidyalaya under the patronage of President Maithripala Sirisena. The programs are implemented on all 5 days of the week based on 5 topics. During the period, those programs will be implemented from 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. on each day. The schools have been instructed to prepare students for the event from tomorrow to Friday. The truth and the falsehood of using alcohol, tobacco and drugs will be reviewed from tomorrow at school level. The students will be educated on freeing parties at homes from alcohol. Students would be briefed on the publicity and the behavior of media on drugs and tobacco. The students will also be educated on the intervention of politicians for drugs and tobacco enterprises. Many activities have been planned in classrooms on eradication of drugs on the 21st of this month. 22nd of January has been allocated for the parents to visit schools and to join the students in classrooms for drug prevention activities. Educating on the legal framework on drugs will take place on the 23rd of this month. The political authority is scheduled to be made aware on drugs on the 24th of January. Publicizing of drug eradication message using various media in schools and outside will take place on the 25th of this month along with educating journalists. 26th of this month has been assigned for the eradication programs of volunteer organizations. drug eradication programs is scheduled to take place on the 27th of this month through religious places and Dhamma schools. A ceremony to present awards for the officials who conducted drug raids will be held on the 28th of this month under the patronage of President Maithripala Sirisena in Colombo. Secretary to the Government Medical Officers Association, Dr. Haritha Alutge, says that President Maithripala Sirisena agreed to appoint a special presidential commission to inquire into frauds and corruption at institutions, including the State Pharmaceuticals Corporation, during the past 4 years. He said this to the media following a discussion with the President. Dr. Haritha Alutge said that they expected several responses from the President and the President's responses were positive. He said that they expected to expose frauds and corruptions that have occurred at the Pharmaceuticals Corporation. He further said that the President will take appropriate action on Monday on publishing the relevant Gazette notification. Foundation stones were laid to build 52 houses at Ahaliyagoda, Pusallawatha village in connection with the 52nd birthday of Minister Sajit Premadasa. The foundation stone was laid for the Pusallawatha reawakened village under the patronage of Deputy Minister Karunaratna Paranavithana. Each housing recipient will be given 150,000 rupees, which will not be deducted, and 600,000 rupees at a concessionary rate of interest. Meanwhile, foundation stones were laid to build 45 houses at Neluwavatta area for estate workers under the Haliyala Divisional Secretariat area to coincide with the birthday of Minister Sajit Premadasa. It was done under the patronage of Uva Provincial Councillor Jayantha Kannangara. Malwatha Plantation Company has given lands to the project. The housing recipients were handed over Haritha Bhumi land deeds. Constructions of 115 houses were launched at Nindavur area under the Samata 7 housing project of the Ministry of Housing, Construction and Cultural Affairs. The Samata 7 national program is implemented island-wide under the National Housing Development Authority on the instructions of Minister Sajit Premadasa. As another step of the program, a new housing scheme was launched at Ampara Nindavur area. It was launched under the patronage of Minister Rauf Hakim and State Minister Faisal Kazim. The second phase of the program to develop bridges in the Kolonnava area took place under the patronage of Minister Patale Champakaranavaka. Several projects, including the development of the Mahabudgamu Bridge, were launched under the program. These programs are implemented with financial allocations from the Ministry of Mega Police and Western Development. The development of Kalanimulla Mahabudgamu Bridge, Kohilawatha, Veeramal Mawatha, Baron Tilakananda Mawatha, Malgama Mahawatha Street and culverts will take place. Parliamentarian S.M. Marika was present on the occasion. Minister Akila Viraj Karyavasam says all Tamil government schools will be closed tomorrow. It was decided to close all government Tamil schools tomorrow due to the Thai-Pongal festival on the following day. The Ministry of Education said that these schools will be open on another day in lieu of the holiday tomorrow. Sri Lanka has rescued a group of Indian fishermen who have met with an accident. More than 500 Indian fishing craft have engaged in fishing near Delft Island, violating the Sri Lanka maritime boundaries. After observing the movement, Sri Lanka Navy has arrested 9 fishermen with 2 fishing boats. Several crafts have fled to India maritime boundaries. Due to the rough sea in the area, 2 boats have collided with each other. The Navy has launched an operation to rescue the Indian fishermen who met with the accident. They have rescued 8 of the Indian fishermen and conducting search operations in the area. The fishermen have been handed over to the Jaffna Fisheries Inspector's office after initial medical treatment. The Sena caterpillar species which destroy crops have been found in the Balangoda area. The agriculture officials have instructed the farmers to destroy the crops immediately. The agriculture officials warned that the Sena caterpillar which destroyed maize cultivations could spread to the other areas. Agriculture crops in many areas were constantly inspected for the caterpillar. Accordingly, agriculture officials inspected crops at the public market in Balangoda. A large number of Sena caterpillars were detected when inspecting maize to be sold. Steps were taken to destroy the crops to prevent the danger to the agriculture in Balangoda. With that, we wrap up our today's edition of Prime TV News. For details of these stories and for more, you can log on to our website www.itnews.lk. Thank you for joining me. Bye for now and have a pleasant evening.